Hey guys, my name is Daniel, and I'm going to be talking to you today about whiteness and what that means. So, basically, this video is just my opinion about what whiteness is, how it affects people today, how it affects me, how it affects people's view on class, and people's view on just like what it means to be a human being, you know, and like why we need to differentiate between people just on their pigment. I'm going to use a interview segment from this rapper Childish Gambino, who is also known for being Troy on Community, and he's an actor and a comedian. His name is Donald Glover. He went on this talk show and said some things about what it means to be white in America, and just I really feel like it has some truth to it.
Because whiteness is blankness. It's because they look at it as a blank slate. Like when you come in, you can be anything. Like when I walk in, even if I have a bow tie, they might be like, is he Muslim? They're not gonna do that with a white dude. Like white people are a blank slate. We are not. People bring stuff to it because there's not a lot of us, so they only judge us on the 7 or whatever they know. So that's what I'm trying to say.
They're saying based on how you're dressed and your appearance, people are going to make judgments and assumptions. But if you're white and you come in the room based on your appearance, you're like, okay, it could be anything.
As a black person, I constantly have to know what a person is assuming about me. That's what I'm saying.
But technically, white people do too now, because we assume that they are racist. We assume that they are going to.
But they are, because the world is.
If you're white, as Macintosh put it, you have all these preconceived like doors open for you. Whereas if you were a person of color, then somebody might already have like these preconceived notions and judgments about you. That's where I think he means by like whiteness being a blank slate in our society.
But you know, we're all human beings. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing.
I think we're agreeing though, and I don't want it to. It's not a war. It's not black against white. I want people to understand. Like that's what I'm fighting for. Like, I'm fighting to be me. That's it. Just to be me. I want us to be us, and also understand that we are. This is important.
Whites are taught to think of their lives as morally neutral, normative, and average, and also ideal, kind of like a blank slate. So that when we work to benefit others, this is seen as work which will allow them to be more like us. Although that is a true statement within just the way how society is structured right now, I don't think that it's a right statement because of the terminology right there. Just using the words us and them really kind of draws a gap between people, and that kind of makes them second-class citizens in a way, like when you refer to people like that. I mean, just the terminology used right there reminds me of when I was doing this freelance gig at this community center in Cambridge. The Cambridge Community Center is this place where it hosts tons of after-school programs, Thanksgiving dinners every year for people who can't afford it, tons of wide events like farmers markets, they have a basketball league and everything. However, during one of the interviews that I had recorded there, one of the staff mates used the term us and them when helping the people at the Cambridge Community Center. When I presented that to the director during the rough edit, he said that that was a no-go because that just draws like a lot of unneeded tension about that. It can be really taken out of context to really hurt people. I find myself thinking that the whiteness that we experience today is a very real thing, and I believe in what Peggy McIntosh has said, that we are taught, especially white males in particular, to not to kind of look around.
Just the fact that Americans came together to vote and put him in the White House shows how far we have come.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that we haven't come far, but it's like he kind of, in a weird way, he made it harder because now everybody's like, see, it's fine. Like it's weird. We're good. Like, but it's like, but we're not good. I still get like a cop threatened to shoot me about a month ago, like a month ago, and he knew I wasn't gonna tell anybody. I mean, I could tell anybody.
Why would you say something?
He said, well, no, like anything that can happen. Like I can tell somebody and be like, yo, and then what?
Yes, you have no choice. I mean, that is your choice because there's no foreign and different place for an artist. That's where you are. That's what you.
I think we're at a point now where we're becoming self-aware of this problem and this issue, and we're noticing that like it's pretty hard to detangle these aspects of under advantage with the rest more, and on our social class, economic, race, religion, sex, identity, just anything really. It's going to take a lot of time to change that and to move to a more open-minded way of just viewing people as people. Like we're all human beings in the end of the day. And it really shouldn't matter based on the pigment of your skin that you are treated a certain way or not, And I recognize that all those white privileges work for me, and it's a system that we live in that is set up for people like me to succeed and thrive in, and for people not like me to just hit their glass ceiling and not achieve their truest potential. But I feel like we are at the start of fixing the problem by just addressing it in the first place, and educate our kids about it, educate further generations to just keep having this mindset and this awareness. Because the number one thing about white privilege that people get taught is that you don't acknowledge it once you know about it. And if we can just take that away and just educate people, then we are moving in the right direction for a better future.